In 3, 2, and I think we're live. So hi Phoenix, it's wonderful to be here with you today. Are you down in LA?
Yeah, in Thousand Oaks, so the total suburbs.
Sounds awesome. We're here in Sunnyvale working. We absolutely love you guys, and we would love to introduce you to the rest of the world and tell us all the good things about what it is you're doing and why you're making a huge impact.
Well, first of all, Rose, thanks for having us. It's been a pleasure getting to know you guys the past probably 6 months since we stumbled across each other in that cafe in San Francisco. And I mean, I love when kind of the universe brings some random friendships and they turn into some deep heart ones. So it's been fun to watch you guys grow. Yeah, so we're Genesis Development Collaborative, and we do some interesting things, but we couldn't do it without our partners and investor community, right? So long story short, we have a VR rendering solution that we've been able to get from the Department of Defense that crashes around 200 million polygons on the average computers, up to 1 billion polygons on the Department of Defense computers. It was built for world generation, defense engineering, collaborative VR simulations in the cloud, right, for the past 7 years. We were able to strike a fun deal with them and the United Nations to turn this engine consumer-facing, to now use it to create a digital city that launches in 6 weeks for universal education for all people, employment opportunities for the unemployed and the refugees, and of course, massive VR entertainment. So I mean, go there to see a holographic concert, a comedy show, play a game with friends, go to a conference with 1,000 people, all while the profit from the company is helping generate universal education, employment opportunities, new business grants for young entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs. So it's been fun. We think of ourselves as kind of a tech collaborative that's helping usher forward human development in the virtual reality space, not just entertainment. Entertainment's great, and entertainment leads to high profit margins that can benefit human development. So it's fun. It's been a cool year and a half that we've been working on the technology specifically, but 6 years total on the research side of things. And it's fun. We are launching it with Global Silicon Valley at their Pioneer Summit, September 15th in Palo Alto. And speaking at the Discovery Channel VR conference, the Net Impact conference, and the, what's it called? The Animation and Special Effects conference here in LA in a couple months. So it's a busy schedule. It's really exciting, and it's fun to partner with people who understand what VR can do for humanity and the globe, especially in this chapter of human history that's a little more volatile than most. We're hoping that a stabilized virtual space in VR can help people understand other ways of seeing the world, other cultures, languages, religions, government styles. So we say, there's a lot going on. Let's start a conversation about how we as a species, a global species, can come together to promote peace, promote innovation, promote collaboration around human development. So that's who we are, the Genesis Development Collaborative, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Sounds like a ton of stuff. Can you tell me more about how you got here, how you got into VR? What's your interest in doing the human development stuff? Can you tell me more about your past and those sort of things?
Sure. I spent the past 6 years in human development research. So I had a nonprofit that was working on sustainable community research in India, Thailand, and Haiti. So anywhere from sustainable communities for orphans, widows, refugees, and the foundations that were funding us for a couple of years basically told us to find a way to make education more stable, impact, more accessible, but also cheaper. And I kind of laughed with them and I said, you basically want us to solve education with like less money than the government says. So I mean, like, but we had good relations with them. We could joke back and forth. They sent me back out to the field for a couple of years. And I basically came up with the concept of digitizing education. This is kind of when IBM Watson was coming on board, and Newton Technologies just got their $100 million grant for adaptive learning algorithms. So I was in the refugee camps, in the slums, in the orphanages, seeing that so many of these kids had come from different countries, different cultures, different communities to these camps because of war or poverty or oppression. And you could have 1 or 2 teachers in a class of 80 to 100 kids, but the kids were all different ages, speaking different languages, from different cultures, and they had been in school different, right? So it was basically like babysitting. They weren't real schools. So I came back and said, you have to stop us babysitting these kids. Like, if they're going to be able to, how would you say, compete in a global marketplace, they need competitive education. And what you have there is not competitive. I said, a solution we have for you could be digitizing education, educational games. Watson could be the base tutor, the AI, so you're learning physics from Einstein in a physics game, but Watson is the AI of Einstein. I said if it's cloud-based, kind of like a gamified MMO classroom, you could have thousands of kids in these virtual classrooms, but more like educational experiences. So physics homework in the future could be 1,000 kids from 50 different countries over the weekend doing all the math to launch the space shuttle at virtual Cape Canaveral. So, I mean, there was a lot of fun. We took the concept of grad school, worked out for a couple of years, got some investors, built some prototypes. But we were building on the Unreal Engine, because, I mean, it's what we knew of at the time. CryEngine, Unity, we're going to cut it. Sorry, guys. Back to the Gates Foundation, we said, hey, we have these models, adaptive, personalized educational experiences for all these people. I said, but it keeps crashing. It's very much like an alpha stage. They said, we love what you guys are doing, and we'd like to support, but we need to get you to at least beta in the next 6 months. So I was traveling around talking to more people. I was chatting with my lawyer, and he said he had a friend that was another client of his who had a VR rendering solution that we should chat with. We went and met him down in San Diego, Henry, whom we know and love now. And he's the one who had the VR rendering expense. And fast forward 9 months, we now have that engine that we're using the foundation for universal education, employment, and intercultural innovation around solutions for the world's most pressing problems. So in short, we started in international development. We moved into technological solutions, and now we ended up in advanced VR rendering solutions for human development, if that makes sense. It's been a long 6 years.
That sounds like a really incredible story. I absolutely love it. One of the things that I love about working with you is that I've also been working in the education space for a long time. I've done a bunch of development work in other countries, and love that you're kind of bringing it all together with technology, which is something that we're passionate about. We really want to make the world a better place using technology, and love working with you to do that. So you talked about a few different applications. When will it be available to the public? Can you tell us more about launch dates and those sort of things?
So Terra Prime, the virtual city that everyone starts in, releases September 16th, global public, but that's beta, right? Beta. So it's kind of terrifying, but really fun. Oh, I lost your video. Are you still there? Oh, no, okay. Anyway, so September 16th is when the beta launches. You can register at enterterraprime.com. So that's where you can sign up to get the first email. The version 1.0 launches December 12th.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Breaking up. Okay, so I know you announced a bunch of different events that you're going to, but I couldn't hear you over the internet. Not sure why my Wi-Fi is not being great. Can you tell us again when you're launching, and whether the education aspects or other aspects can be available?
Sure. Well, it's kind of a long 3-year rollout plan. The first big stuff is happening soon, so that's the exciting part. So the beta of the city Terra Prime will launch September 16th to the global public from Palo Alto. And you can register for that for free at enterterraprime.com. Right? The version 1.0 will release December 12th with more games, more content, and the ability to have your own business in VR. January is when the first human development prize launches with us and the UN and a couple other foundations. And it's basically going to be a $50,000 to $500,000 prize for the best ideas to create new businesses in VR that can start massively hiring. But more to that to come. That's the exciting thing. We're not supposed to talk too much about that, but you get me excited, Rose. And then in April is when the game editor launches and we open it to the global development public to start using the 200 million polygon engine to create new VR games, experiences, interactive shows, concerts, everything. So that's what we're purple now. And I guess one more thing, in May, it's either going to launch to Xbox or the PlayStation, depending on how sales for both of them go for Christmas. So PC in September, console next May, and then it'll be mobile next Christmas, so Christmas 2017. Educational content starts in September, but the full-on educational games that we're working on with the UN, there's 46 of them. It's a massive global project, aren't going to be releasing till 10 at a time over next Christmas, 2017, 18, 19. So awesome. Got to get people in the system first, and then we can provide education. Because the education piece is the like our give back to society. Entertainment content in there that people are using to generate the revenue, so I can make the education parts free over the next 3 years.
Cool. Can you tell me how you guys are different than Unity and or any the Unreal Engine and those sort of things, just for anyone who's not completely sure or hasn't used it before?
Sure. So their engines crash anywhere from 1 to 5 million polygons in a scene, and ours crashes at 200 million polygons. So it's theirs was built for games, and ours was built for military defense engineering. So I love them. They are wonderful people, but the engines were built for different purposes. And we literally have to tap into like 5 to 10% of the power of this engine just to stabilize Terrapride. It's wonderful. Also, the man Henry who built the engine for the DoD was the guy who built the first 3D game engines 20 years ago for Activision, EA Games, and Rockstar. So he came from the gaming space, Unity and Unreal, and then DoD picked him up to build this defense engine, which now we can repurpose for global human development. So we're really excited about that. So yeah, props to Unity and Unreal. They pushed the game sector forward, which now allows VR to actually start taking a foothold in the global public for more than just gaming. So it's exciting. We wish them well.
It sounds really amazing. I'm surprised more people aren't doing stuff with this already. Can you guys disclose how many developers you have signed up, or what sort of languages and skills people might need if they are developers?
Sure. Naturally, C++, C#, Ruby on Rails, I think Lua, But anyway, as far as licenses go, are in the middle of an interesting little bidding war for a bulk license purchase from some of the tech companies. So we're selling them to a bulk price, and then they're deciding whether they want to turn around and resell the licenses to the public or restrict it to just their corporation for the first 6 months before we open it up to the global development community. So they're talking right now about a bulk purchase of 1 million license for all different types of developers. So that's game developers, app developers, business-facing enterprise developers, medical developers. So yeah. So we can't disclose how many are being purchased and released by who for what price for probably the next 2-3 months until that deal closes.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of people who are anticipating using it, and it sounds incredibly powerful and incredibly useful. And I know my time in the Amazon in India, I'm really excited about bringing more education, especially to women and the underserved around the world. I think that's really great. Awesome. So I think just maybe one last point of I'd love to know more about is how are you working with the UN, and can you tell us more about that partnership and how that's unfolding for your mission?
Sure. So we love the United Nations. Primarily, we love their Sustainable Development Goal Committee. Some of their committee members are on our board of advisors, so they're helping us use the power of this virtual engine, this virtual collaboration meetings space, form teams starting January for like competitions to create new prototypes, business models, or pieces of public policy to engage the Sustainable Development Goals, which there are 17. So whether teams are going to come in for a 3 to 6 month period to try to solve water desalination with new, more efficient prototype, or how to suppress forest fires in a more eco-friendly manner, or bring sustainable power to more third, fourth world locations. Those are kind of the basic competitions that are launching in January, and every 6 months there will be a new prize with a new winner. And different engineering teams, you can either sign up as an engineering team or a business team with the competition in January. If it's an engineering team that submits a prototype that wins, they get the prize money, but they seed us the patent and the prototype that we then scale with the UN. If it's a business team, they take the prize money as basically a 10% investment from us, and we help scale them with the UN. So of course, more to come on that, but that's the Human Development Prize, and we're very excited about it.
That sounds really great and interesting. So do you have any questions for us? Or I'd love to have you say the website again so people can find it.
Sure, thank you. It's enterterraprime.com. So enterterraprime.com. Let's go ahead. It's quick form. It's free form. TerraPrime is free for everyone. It's exciting to see people start rallying from different sectors to TerraPrime. It's been fun, terrifying, crazy. Anywhere from the tech community to the universities to the financial sector, celebrities, government sectors, entertainment even. It's been beautiful to see people rally around a vision that's kind of global and human in its purpose. I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, totally terrified, but mainly excited. You know. So, and I love what you guys are doing with the new AR/VR crossover classes. I'm not sure if you can. It's an massive spread of the TerraPrime software. I'm not sure if you're ready and willing to give an update on how prototype development is going, but obviously I'm drooling over 6 months. That's my main question. But I understand completely if you can't talk about it.
So we have some software and hardware developers. I can introduce one of them now. Do you want to pop in, Anton?
All right.
Let's say hello. So this is Anton. Introduce yourself. Say a little bit about what you're doing.
Hi, I'm Anton. I've been working on building Android for the Raspberry 3. And so we're eventually going to be running computer vision on Android on a Raspberry, which is interesting.
Phenomenal, man. That's exciting. So what's kind of your background? Where'd you come from?
I've been doing coding for forever. I'm right now an EE student, so I'm trying to get more into hardware. And so this is a good path for doing so.
That's exciting. What do you think of the startup community? Are you loving it, or is it absolutely insane?
Oh, man.
Handle it?
I've lived here all my life, so it's definitely a wash in everything. So familiar with plug and play, familiar with what it's like to be at a startup. It's a great place.
That's rad, buddy. Well, I'm positive you're an asset to the team. So welcome. That's great. It's really exciting. So what are some things you're looking forward to over the next 6 months, Rose, and some problems that you hope the VR, AR community as a whole can start addressing and solving together? Either in the software side, hardware side, or the larger consumer public side.
Yeah. So thanks, Anton. Appreciate it. So I am looking forward to seeing people starting to play with AR and VR and really start to get a grasp on it. With Pokemon Go that's come out, a lot of people are starting to understand what augmented reality is. And so we're excited to introduce it a little bit more and tell more people about what they can do and the awesome things that they can do as well.
That's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah. We should have some more of our functional prototypes back pretty soon. And so we're excited to get those and to hopefully be able to test out some of your guys' software in the next couple of weeks.
These licenses for internal partners, because I mean, I am literally dying to see how the glasses run Terra Prime. I'm just very excited about it. We even brought on a friend a couple weeks ago who was a Disney Imagineer who's helping do all the designs for the buildings of Terra Prime. He worked on the Tomorrowland movie, Disneyland Shanghai, and Disney's partnership with James Cameron for Avatar Land. So the designs we've gotten back are gorgeous. I love them. I can't wait for people to take their first steps in Terra Prime, September 16th. That'll be fun.
Awesome. Yeah, we are just gotten some sketches back from our industrial designers, getting our first prototypes rounds of development with some of other organizations we're working with. So it's all starting to come together. I really can't wait to see how everything fits and how we're able to get you guys a really awesome product that can change the world.
That would be phenomenal. It would be absolutely phenomenal. Exciting. So what's on the docket for your weekend and next week? Anything big coming up? You're going to get a chance to kind of relax and turn the brain off from development, because it's hard in the startup community to unplug, if you will. Much needed R&R. So how do you do that? What's your advice? What's your advice to the startup community? How do you maintain balance?
I maintain balance by making sure I spend some time alone every day, where I just allow myself to get a handle on what needs to be done for the day and what's going to be most energizing and exciting for me, and make sure that I'm always coming from a positive place, focused on moving the company forward. So if there are ever any obstacles, makes it a lot easier to just, instead of being frustrated by them, find new ways to step around them and keep moving forward.
Completely. That's great advice. That's great advice. I like going on long walks. Long walks, PM music, and picking up some Thai food. I do my best thinking picking up Thai food.
Good to know. It's probably one of the first meals we had together was Thai food.
Yeah.
So I dig
Great.
it. I love it.
That's rad. That's rad. So anything that you think we should keep in mind for the rest of the development community as we are moving forward? Anything we should include in Terra Prime? So we have education, employment, shopping, entertainment, and health. And of course, engagement around the UN's SDGs. So those are like 6 primary purposes for the city. I know you're pretty interested in education and health, so I made sure we included them in there.
Awesome. Yeah, we have actually been talking to some of the best image processing companies that will be able to kind of incorporate some of the health stuff that you and I had talked about. I wrote a paper on how to prevent deaths to cancer, or even cancer altogether, using AR and VR, because you can start detecting it in the precancerous stage, so we could potentially prevent cancer forever through our collaboration together. So I really can't wait to see where things head and how things turn out. And so fortunate to have met you. I think the world is a better place because of it.
Oh, well, much appreciated. I mean, it's all a big community, right? Some people in the tech space see each other as competition, but if you see yourself in the human development space, you see each other as partners in a global family. So it all has to do with kind of your mindset. You have to be profitable, but you can't be profitable at the expense of negatively impacting humanity. So a lot of soul searching that has to happen when you run a company, especially in tech with human development. So I don't know, Rose, you need to write a book. Got some good things to say.
I think we'll be able to at least unfold a very good story together, and I really can't wait.
It'll be fun.
Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with me today, and I look forward to continuing to work with you in the future.
Oh, completely. And I'll see you in San Francisco in a couple weeks, I'm sure. But if you ever need to get a hold of me, shoot me a text. And everyone, feel free to reach out. Just go to enterterraprime.com. Send us something through the contact form. GenDevCollaborative.com is the name of the actual company website, and that's easy to reach out to us. We're pretty responsive. hello@GenDevCollaborative.com. I'm pretty sure is that email. Okay. Sadie will get back to you. But hey,
Awesome.
we love you guys. Good luck to the entire human development community, the tech community, AR, VR spaces. Here we go. Hold on for a fun ride. The entire sector is about to really move forward over the next 6 months. So exciting, guys. So thanks for having us, Rose. This is great.
Agreed. Can't wait.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.